It's time.
Yeah, I don't know why I take my glasses off. Why do I take my glasses off? I don't know, because I have to look at stuff and then I have to put my glasses. I can't see without my glasses. So sorry about that.
It's time for us.
It's time for us to
put your glasses on.
I didn't title our recording. Don't let me forget to do that.
Okay, do that later.
Okay, so I'm Candace.
I'm Natalia.
And this is Not a Single Fork, just another podcast about food and cooking. But we're keeping it real.
Real. Look, she took her glasses off again. So
I did. I'm gonna get serious here without my glasses on.
So
I ran across a very interesting article that Kate Kinsman, who is the executive features food editor at Food and Wine magazine, she's a great writer. And she was writing about this, and I think this was earlier this year, but she was writing about a food test that tested your tolerance for disgusting foods, and not foods like Roquefort cheese or
like brains
or stuff like that. No, it was more
Have you looked
specific.
at this test?
I just looked at I only looked at the very first question because you go through the test. So we're going to go through the test.
We're going to take it together.
We're going to take it together. So this is the food disgust sensitivity test. It has, I sent you the little blurb about it that talks, there's two scientists, the one, I think they're psychologists.
Christina and Michael.
Can you say their last name?
Christina Hartman and Michael Siegrist.
Okay, so they put together.
At the University of Zurich.
Okay.
Have discovered that people's disgust concerning food can be broken into 8 distinct scales. The factors that determine why people differ on the various triggers for food disgust are not well understood, but the authors hope their instrument will contribute to a greater mapping out of individual this is very weird, differences in this regard.
So this is an online test. It's a free test. So I'll put the URL in our show notes. And if you want to go take it, then you can do that too.
And it's available in like 12 languages.
Fine.
It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter what you speak.
So if you are listening to us in Serbia, you can get it in that language maybe.
So there's 32 questions. We're going to answer them together.
Yes.
We have a choice of double thumbs down, single thumbs down, thumb sideways, thumb up, and double thumbs up.
Okay.
So let's see if we can agree on these.
Well, I'm a texture person. So.
Well, hold on. Dirty silverware and or stains on utensils disgust me.
Not too much.
I agree. 1 thumbs down?
Yeah, I'd say 1. I think
agree.
it's not supposed to be there, but it's not going to keep me from
It doesn't
eating
make
something.
me, want to
I'm not
vomit.
disgusted by it.
I feel suspicious if a friend has handled or touched something I'm about to eat.
No,
not at all. I handle all your food if you come to my house.
Yeah.
I would not
everything.
eat part of an apple that had a worm in another part of it. How would you know?
Well, maybe if
I bit into an apple and there was a worm
or half a worm,
that's worse. What's worse than a full worm? Half a worm. Would I keep eating that apple? No.
You wouldn't keep eating it?
No. Would you?
Probably not.
So I'm going to say I would not eat part of an apple that had a worm. Do I thumbs up or down that? I don't understand.
Yeah, see, that's a double negative.
I would not eat part of an apple.
That would be true.
So that's a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Okay. I do not mind if a slice of apple has turned slightly brown from being exposed to air.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I don't mind.
No.
So is that a thumbs up?
Is it what? How they say
I
it?
do not mind.
I do not mind. So that's
Thumbs
true.
up.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Interesting. I do not eat fruits. That's you. Such as peaches and apples that have marks or stains on their peels.
Well, that's not why I don't eat them.
Right. But if you had a mark or stain on it, would you not eat it? No, I would still eat it.
I would still eat it.
So I do not eat fruits. So is that a thumbs?
I do not eat fruits. That would be.
That
but you do eat fruits. So that would be a thumbs down. This is not a well-written test.
I will not eat marmalade from which mold has been removed from the surface.
Yeah, I won't.
Oh, I probably would.
No, I'm pretty sure I would. I mean, I guess it would.
If they scrape the top and then the bottom's fine.
Well, if there was a lot, if you had to scrape a lot off,
All right, I'm going to go sideways.
okay, let's go sideways on that one.
It is gross if a chef in a restaurant tastes a soup with a spoon without washing it every time he does so.
Yes,
That's double dipping.
that's double dipping.
It's not gross if you tasted it, but use a different spoon.
Yeah.
So double yes.
Okay.
I feel uncomfortable when I see raw meat.
No, I feel perfectly comfortable.
I feel uncomfortable. I would not mind eating an apple. What is with the apples?
I don't know.
I would not mind eating an apple that had a caterpillar crawl over its peel.
That's silly. How would
How
you
the
know?
fuck would you know?
How would you know? I guess it's just in your mind.
Yeah, because some people can't eat like meat with bones in it, kind of thing.
Yeah, like Colton.
So I would not mind eating an apple that had a caterpillar crawl on its peel. So
I
is
would
that
not. That's a yes. I would not mind.
okay?
Yes, I would not mind.
It is gross to eat raw fish like sushi. I already know the answer to that.
No.
You're wrong. It is sickening. Oh my God, these
Oh
words.
no, sickening. It's sickening.
To eat bread from which mold has been cut away. No, I do that.
No,
all
I
the
do
time.
that. I do that.
So is that a thumbs
It
down?
is not sickening. So it is sickening. I would say no, it's not
It's not
sickening.
sickening. I do not like to eat steak that is still bloody inside.
How else you can eat? I mean, that's the thing is that really, true
This
medium
question's
rare
bad.
has blood.
Okay, so I do not like to eat steak that is still bloody inside.
I do not. I do. So I do not. That's a. Wait a minute.
I do not like to eat steak that is still bloody inside.
False.
So thumbs down.
Yeah.
I would never eat those new snacks and dishes that are made from bugs.
Oh, so like cricket flour or something like that.
Or like a bag of crickets.
A bag of
Like
crickets.
here's the thing. I am not going to seek that out. Like,
I'd try it. I'd probably try it.
I would never.
So maybe
eat-
sideways.
I never, or rarely, accept food from strangers.
Like in a restaurant.
Like on the street. Like if someone hands me some food on the street, I'm not going to fucking eat it.
I'm not going to eat that. No.
Unless it's sealed. And
Well-
then if I'm really hungry. I never accept food from strangers. I'm going to say that's a yes. We
Yeah.
never accept food
Yeah,
from strangers.
probably won't.
I do not drink from the same glass someone has already drunk from. We do.
Well, I don't like to.
I know. But we do it during our recordings. We all try
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I do not drink from the same glass someone has already drunk from.
Maybe do a
Sideways.
sideways on that.
Because I agree. I don't.
I just don't.
Like-
I want to. I don't want to drink out after someone.
I do not. These questions, I'm very intrigued to see what our answers are going to behold.
Yeah.
I do not eat cucumbers that have ripened so much that they can be bent.
Yeah. Yeah. I do not. That's true.
That's true.
That's true.
I would lose my appetite if I found a little snail in my salad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lose my appetite, but I would not finish eating the salad.
Right.
I would want something else.
Yeah.
Like something fried.
I would lose my appetite. I would lose my appetite for that salad.
Correct.
Like when I found rocks in the salad.
Was it wrong?
It was sandy rocks. Little.
So I'm going to do one thumbs up.
Okay.
I cannot stand the smell of fish shops. That's wrong.
That's wrong.
I do not mind eating a salad that is not crispy anymore. I don't want a soggy salad.
Well, it kind of depends on the salad.
Yeah, but I don't want a soggy salad.
I don't want a soggy salad. Yeah. It's not disgusting, but
I am not picky when it comes to the different kinds of seafood.
I am not picky.
So thumbs up.
Yeah.
I do not eat potatoes or carrots whose skin has shrunk a bit from aging. That's wrong. I ate those. You eat them.
Yeah.
I do not eat potatoes or carrots. That's a thumbs down. Whose skin? Like a potato is a who.
Yeah.
I would not eat avocado pulp that has turned slightly brown.
No, I will eat that.
Slightly, but not if it's like black.
If it's black, probably not, but slightly brown,
Yeah, whatever.
It's just oxidized.
I throw overripe fruit. I throw overripe fruit away.
I think that's a sideways because
I agree.
it kind of
It
depends
depends on
on
the fruit.
how overripe it is.
I eat blue cheese as part of my diet and or when I am served it.
Yes.
I mean, it's not a staple. I don't eat blue cheese every day.
But I do love
It
blue
is.
cheese.
I do too, with some honey. It is disgusting to eat a banana that has black spots.
No.
It's sweeter. It is totally fine if my friends or acquaintances have touched my food.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be
This is a very odd question. If I go to someone's house and they're preparing food and they're using their hands, doesn't bother me.
No.
If I'm going to someone's house and they're preparing food with their hands and then their friend comes along and touches the food that's on my plate and then someone else touches the food on my plate and then I have to eat it, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Sideways.
Oh, yeah.
I feel these are so intense. I feel disgusted when I chew on irregular bits of animal meat. Ooh, I do get kind of like a gristly bit, like a gristle.
Do
like
you get disgusted?
I get kind of.
Okay, well then just one thumb,
Okay.
whichever way. Because I don't really it's just I pull it out and
I
throw it
would
away.
not eat in a restaurant where I had seen bugs in the restroom.
I would in the restroom, yeah, because the restroom is what's the word? Is the window of the restaurant to me.
I agree. Check out every restroom. When you go, I go to the bathroom even if I don't have to go to the bathroom. But that's not fair because if there's a water, but if there is a,
It depends
if
on
there's
the
like
bug.
one bug in there, I'm not going to flip my shit. But if
No.
there's 75 bugs in there,
If there are
There's an
cockroaches
issue.
crawling on the walls, that's a problem. If there's a water bug, then that's something different.
okay, I'm going to think that they're saying like crawling on the walls.
Okay.
My mouth waters when I see a whole pig on a skewer. I think
whole pig?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is delicious.
Pretty delicious.
I find it gross to eat hard cheese from which mold has been cut off.
Oh no.
Oh, that doesn't bother me. Seeing a hair in my soup does not really bother me.
Oh man, that's a wrong question for Natalia.
Oh, hair in food.
No hairs.
And when you have to, we've all been there, right? When you're like I'm eating, something's in my mouth, and then you go, "Huh," and you feel the hair,
Oh no.
and you feel it coming out, and you're just, I can't, I gotta go somewhere else. It is nauseating to have a whole fish, including its health, served to me on my plate.
Including its what?
Head wrong.
Oh. No, that's fine. That's like Branzino.
Your food disgust is low,
Oh.
37.5%.
Well, okay, here's another thing about that test.
Questions are weird.
Well, so when I was in graduate school, I wrote test questions for the intro to psychology students. And you can't not with normal people of normal intelligence, double negatives
It's hard.
are hard. So
Especially when you only have like a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
And
you know
so
what I mean?
my opinion is I think that's a fun test, but it could be so much better if it were
The questions
if
were asked
the
better.
questions were straightforward. I mean, I don't understand that. Why do you put in a double negative and expect people to understand how they're supposed to answer it?
So it gave us a food disgust test result like
Can't see here. It's
kind
kind
of
of
see closer there, like a little chart. Our highest issue
yes.
is hygiene.
Wow, imagine that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
If I
Okay, here we go.
I agree with that because hair,
Hair.
ew,
Mhm.
toes.
Do your toes.
Look, I don't mind I do not have a foot problem. I love my feet. I think they're cute. They're clean. I don't want to see people's feet when I'm eating food in a restaurant. I don't want to let me rephrase. I do not want to see the kitchen or the waitstaff's feet.
And they should not have flip-flops on.
You should not have open-toe shoes on.
Yeah, open-toed of any sort, really, but a lot of flip-flops are going on. It's like, what?
I can't deal with that. What I can't deal with more is dirty fingernails.
It's so gross. Why would you have dirt? I mean, that's you even put. I mean, in a big restaurant or even a small restaurant, you put, especially in the bathroom,
A brush.
You put a brush so that you can brush the food or whatever the shit you have underneath your fingernails when you go in to wash your hands before you start working.
Dirty fingernails.
Yeah, it's so gross. You don't know what that is. Ew.
No.
Ew.
Mm-mm.
No.
And let me tell you that before I go to work,
Yeah.
I look like the most homeless, dirty motherfucker you've ever seen in your life because I like to go out in the garden and I will use my hands. And I literally, not only do I
They're
have
black.
dirt,
It's
they're
black.
black. It's black around the edge and it's black underneath. And in the shower and by my sink, I have two different, nail brushes. They're just brushes.
Yeah.
And if I'm just washing my hands, I do that. If I'm taking a shower, I do that because I will not have dirty fingernails.
Yeah, it's gross. You should never see that in a restaurant. Never.
If you are working in a restaurant, you should also have your hair up.
Oh,
If you
yes.
have longish hair, I don't care if you're a man or a woman or both or
It needs to be
everything.
pulled back.
Put your fucking hair up. Even when I eat at home, I notice if I'm eating at my home, even on the couch, if I'm eating fucking tits out on the couch, my hair is up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll take it down when I'm done eating. Because this, what if this happens? It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Okay, so hygiene is our top level.
Hygiene is yeah.
Okay, so the next
And
highest...
the health department would be happy to hear that.
Yeah, the next highest one is insect contaminants.
Well, that goes with
Which
hygiene. Ew.
Yeah. And then the next highest one is human contaminants. Look, we go do events and we do fundraisers or we make dinners at the kitchen or we make dinner. And people are like, oh, put your gloves on. And I'm like, people don't wear fucking gloves. If your hands are clean and your nails are clean,
Yeah.
you should be washing your hands all the fucking time while you're working in the kitchen. You don't need to wear a pair of fucking rubber gloves. I can't feel anything with rubber gloves on.
Yeah. Well, even the thin ones.
Yeah.
And then your hands sweat.
And that's worse. Now, again, if I'm at a party and 17 people decide to touch my plate of food, depending on how drunk I am,
that's not going to work.
probably going to pass. But if the host or maybe even two people are making the food, I see them washing their hands, using a side towel, none of this, none of, anywhere else that you might stick your finger without hand washing, then we're going to have a problem. But otherwise, that doesn't gross me out.
No.
And it shouldn't gross you guys out because most actual chefs in real restaurants wash their hands all the fucking time and they don't wear gloves.
No.
I
mean, I think that it's since the pandemic, I think it's more, you see it more often that chefs and line cooks will have gloves on.
Yeah.
But not 100%.
Because actual professionals are not touching their face and they're not touching their hair while they're making you food. I can promise you that.
They're not.
And they're not. And I don't touch my face and my hair. I
don't touch it very often anyway.
No.
So.
And you probably shouldn't be. Just note to self-hygiene.
And more hygiene.
I remember growing up and my mom, that was one thing that
get your hands out of your mouth.
No, my mom was like, you can't touch my face.
Oh, your mom's face.
I couldn't
Yeah, well, no.
Not that you would want to, but even if you were mom would be like, don't touch, don't. And she's like, and don't touch your own face because then you'll look old. And I'm like, I won't touch my face.
No looking old.
Well, she was allergic. She's not dead. She is allergic to a lot of things, weird things like sunscreen. And so I think she was very I don't want to break out kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's a good kind of rule. You shouldn't be don't pick your teeth and fucking touch your face and
all toothpicks and in the restaurant. Ooh, yeah.
Oh God, do that shit when you get in the car.
I hate that.
Or in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Do it in the bathroom. If you need to fart, please go to the bathroom or step outside. Do not do that in public. I don't know why I have to tell people that, but I feel the need to tell people that. So those are the things
you'd love to work with us.
You know your food's clean.
That's right. You don't have to worry about that.
And I get it. If I give you, look, if there's a bug in something, you have to be realistic. A lot of that shit comes from the ground, should they be washing it correctly? Yes. Should you fucking flip your shit and demand free food and throw shit on the floor because you see a little, no, like it's part of eating
Farm to table.
nature. Like, I'm going to be a little grossed out if I've bitten half a bug in a restaurant, but it's not actually their fault. Like, it's not, that's a double-edged sword to me because, I mean, yes, there should be more attention to detail and you should be washing your stuff better, but rocks and sand, I feel like shouldn't be there. But little bug, I mean, I've done it to myself at home, eating a piece of basil, and I'm like, fuck, there's a bug on this.
Yeah.
And it kind of grosses me out, but I can't, what are you going to do? I mean, I just picked
Well,
it.
we didn't use pesticides, so
Yeah.
we've got bugs.
You've got bugs.
Yeah.
So don't flip your shit. Again, with the bathroom question with the bugs, it's like people when they see in a restaurant and they see one critter and they're like, ah! No, guys, calm down. There's water.
Well, you don't want to see a rat.
You don't want to see a rat, but if you see a cricket,
Crickets are
my
everywhere
God,
right
crickets are
now.
everywhere right now.
All the way.
You see a cricket, or even, and then here's another thing: people don't know the difference, and I didn't until working in a kitchen, between a cockroach and a water bug.
Yeah.
They look very similar. Again, any infestation of any creature is not good, but if you see one, calm the fuck down. Like, you're in a busy restaurant and you see a cockroach, or not a cockroach, but like a cricket.
Relax.
Just chill. There's no need for, kill it. Tell your waiter if you want.
Yes.
But don't lose your shit. Just be like, hey, by the way, there's a, you might want to kill that before someone, because I've seen people lose their shit over that.
Yeah.
And they think, oh, this place is filthy. This place is dirty. Dude, I've had ants at my house. My house isn't dirty. They like to drink water. Most of those bugs are in there for water.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of them, cockroaches and shit, food, but
they come in. Yeah, they come in on the cardboard boxes,
right?
But those are the
deliveries,
German cockroaches, and those are the bad ones. But the American water bugs, they get big, so they're pretty impressive. But
they're pretty scary.
But they're not the ones that are there because your restaurant's dirty. They're there just because they're trying to either get water, get away from the heat, or something.
Yeah.
So,
just like us.
Anything else? Anything else about the food?
I don't think so. We did the hygiene, the insects, the human.
Disgusting food test.
No, and I think everything else is like, look, if you walk into a fish place that smells like fish, get the fuck out, because it shouldn't smell like fish.
Yeah, it shouldn't smell fishy.
If you don't like the smell of the ocean,
then don't go to a fish market.
Don't.
Because it will smell like the ocean.
Yeah, and there is a distinct smell of the ocean.
Salt, and that's different.
Little fish, but not like, ooh, not like
rotten fish,
rotten vagina. No. That's it.
So stay fresh.
Test bags.
Food disgusting test bags.
Food test bags.